Good morning, Year 5, and welcome to today's SPAG lesson. So, as usual, SPAG at the top of your page, please, and then today's LO, which is to use brackets to indicate parentheses, as well as today's date, Thursday, the 28th of January. Just a reminder, you can pause the video, rewind the video, replay the video at any point, and if you ever see this symbol on the PowerPoint, that's what I'd like you to do some writing today. So, first things first then. So what I want you to do is insert brackets into these sentences to demarcate parentheses, to show the parentheses. So you don't have to do any writing, but just in your head for me. So if we have a look at our first sentence here, we've got the five-eyed caterpillar, which also had 7 noses, was jumping down to the nearby river. Very interesting. Sounds like a weird caterpillar. And we've got this sentence here. So Alina, her eyes red from keeping herself awake, was hiding under the bed from the five-eyed caterpillar. Oh my God, it's back. Okay, so what I want you to do is you need to have a little think and insert some brackets to add parentheses to the sentence. You don't have to add any more words, you're just adding brackets to show where the parentheses should be. Okay, so let's have a look then. You should work that out, and let's have a look at our answers. So we've got the five-eyed caterpillar, which also had 7 noses, was jumping down to the nearby river. Okay, so there's your extra bit of information saying that the caterpillar had also had 7 noses. Okay, it's extra information, and the extra information down here is Alina, her eyes were red from keeping herself awake. That's the extra bit of information. That's your relative clause, because the main clause would be Alina was hiding under the bed from the five-eyed caterpillar. It makes sense on its own. Okay, well, apart from there being a five-eyed caterpillar, that doesn't really make any sense, but there you go. Next, so I want you to do some writing for this one for me. So add parentheses to the sentences below and demarcate using brackets. So you're going to add brackets into these 2 sentences and write in your own extra information. So first sentence here, Derby County had finally won the league after 10 years of waiting. Wow, I tell you what, I've been waiting for a long 10 years now, and I am very excited for Derby County to win the league. So you need to add brackets into the sentence to give something extra information. So you might want to give some extra information about Derby County. Maybe about the league. Okay, and then here it looked like the grass had been trampled on by some weird looking creature with circular feet. Okay, very interesting. So you might want to add extra information about the grass. That's probably the only thing you can add information. So you've got to add in your information using brackets into the sentence. So you can write that down in your book for me. So you need to pause the video and give that a go, and then we'll run through any potential answers. Okay, let's have a look what I've done. So I've done here, Derby County, the greatest football team of all time, true, had finally won the league after 10 years of waiting. So I've added in my extra information after Derby County. And here I put, it looked like the grass, which was freshly mowed this morning, okay, that's meant to say mowed, not moved, sorry, had been trampled on by some weird looking creature with circular feet. Okay, so that's my extra information explaining a bit more about the grass. Okay, so have the brackets been used correctly or accurately to show parenthesis or demarcate parenthesis? Explain how you know. So read the sentence here. So we've got the rabbit who loved to eat funny-looking caterpillars with 5 eyes. I can't read this caterpillar's back. Had stumbled upon a caterpillar cave. Oh, okay. So have the brackets here, though. Have they been used in the correct place in the sentence? So read the sentence again. Imagine the brackets aren't there, and see which bit is added information. Okay, and then you want to put your brackets around the bit that is added information. So you don't need to write this, but just have a think in your head. Okay, so you should have paused that and had a go at that. So let's have a look at our answer. Okay, so the brackets are actually incorrect, and this is because the main clause outside the brackets does not make sense on its own. So this would be the main clause. So the rabbit who loves to eat funny looking caterpillars with 5 eyes, okay, that's the main clause, or what it says is the main clause. Okay, but of course that doesn't make sense on its own, so it's not the main clause. The bracket should surround who love to eat funny looking caterpillars with 5 eyes. So it should look something like this. So the rabbit, open brackets, who love to eat funny caterpillars with 5 eyes, close brackets, has stumbled upon a caterpillar cave. Okay, so that's your extra bit of information added there in with the brackets. Okay, so you should have changed it to that. So I'd like to do some writing now for this bit. So look at the sentences below, and I want you to tell me what is the same about the 2 sentences and what is different about the 2 sentences. So we'll read the first one. So the equipment, Bunsen burner, tripod, heat-proof mat, for the experiment needs to be assembled following the instructions. Okay, and the second one says the equipment for the experiment, investigating friction, needs to be assembled following the instructions. Okay, so what is the same about these 2 sentences? Okay, have a think what's the same about them. So it's quite obvious what's the same because the sentences are very, similar. And now tell me what is different about them. So think about the brackets and the extra information. Okay, there's a little clue for you. And I want you to write down what is the same about the two sentences and what is different about them. So pause the video, give that a go, and then we'll run through the answers. Okay, you should have given that a go now. So possible answer, the main clause and the use of brackets are the same. Okay, so they've used the same main clause, so the equipment for the experiment needs to be assembled following the instructions. That's been used in both, and the use of brackets are the same, so both sentences have used brackets, but the parenthesis gives different additional information. Okay, so the first bit of parenthesis in the first sentence gives a different additional information about the equipment, and the second sentence gives additional information about the experiment. Okay, so parenthesis has been used to give different information, additional information. Okay, so that is it now, year 5. So you can complete the SPAG activity that's attached onto the website, please. And I shall see you later for our live lesson. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.